running well on this end, using a slightly new equipment setup today, so just bear with me a minute. We'll be right back to get started properly in about 2 minutes at straight up 6 o'clock this time around. Alright, it's been about 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get underway. Good evening, one and all, and welcome to another live stream here on the Overanalyst channel. My name's Brady, and I'll be your host for this evening's festivities. Now, a couple things real quick, just little housekeeping items. First of all, in the event that the sound balance is just a little off tonight, if you're live in chat, please let me know, and I will mention this a couple times throughout the stream. I'm using a new configuration of equipment and placement of the same for tonight's stream. To give you a little bit of background, my standard streaming setup had me sitting cross-legged on my carpet with a small leather ottoman directly in front of me, upon which I would put the mic, and I'd have my console and the PC I use to monitor chat and all that off to the side. In this case, what I've done, since sitting on the floor for 3 hours straight's a little uncomfortable, is I've moved everything a bit closer to the TV, placed the mic and PC on top of an entertainment center, and have myself standing just a few feet back from the TV, and of course, then also from the mic. So I'm a little bit further away. If that renders my audio kind of unpleasant or difficult to listen to, let me know and I'll be happy to make adjustments. But just letting you guys know, I wanted to be a bit more mobile, actually get to stay on my feet, move around a little bit during the stream, since these can get pretty long. Just let me know how that shakes out. Number 2. Today we're going to try to get in 2 or 3 brand new chapters, but first we've got to conquer Strength, the chapter that, at least in the fandom, is kind of infamous for making this game kind of tricky. Most of the preceding chapters have been relatively straightforward. We got them all on our first try, and we beat all of their additional or supplementary objectives pretty easily. Even the Hierophant, which is the only one I remember having any trouble with at all. Now, this chapter's a little bit different in that it's not mechanically complex, it's just a non-stop slugfest, which is great, because I really like the combat in Hand of Fate 2. I like anything that borrows that kind of simple, rhythmically focused, really visceral combat system that the Arkham games popularized. But it is a non-stop 4-map combat gauntlet, and you're more or less locked into a low-life state throughout. As you can see right here under Grievous Wounds, we start the match, or the chapter, with 10 life. Now that's not 10 max life, it's just 10 life to begin with. And eating food, which I've learned you really come to undervalue as a means of restoring health, doesn't heal you. So you've got to rely on card effects, artifacts, things like that to boost your health. Now, what really screwed us over last time was the defense requirement. I didn't pay enough attention to this, and it's why I ended up dying steps away from the final boss of the chapter. Our goal, our secondary goal for this chapter, is to work together with a traveling blacksmith to improve equipment to ultimately give us at least 60 defense. Now, the blacksmiths will improve all of our gear and give each piece something at or around 10 extra defense. So what we want to do is make use of this forge every time we have the opportunity to access it. And I think throughout the chapter you get 3 chances to work with the blacksmiths. So, remember, we want to get at least 60 defense, and the tricky thing, how I screwed myself last time around, was I used an encounter and equipment deck that prioritized health gain cards almost to the exclusion of good armor, meaning like cuirasses, shields, and helms. And I ended up getting like every grenade artifact we've unlocked at this point, like all 3 or 4 of them, but no good gear that I could hand over to the blacksmiths to be upgraded. Now, if you do this properly, and you get to that 60 defense by the final map of the chapter, the regular enemies you're going to be fighting, in most cases, I distinctly remember from my first time playing up to this chapter. I think this is the last chapter I completely cleared in my initial playthrough. They can't touch you, like, at all. The boss is another matter entirely. Draknar the Ogre is a real shit-wrecker at any point. And lastly, there's a lot of dice gambits in this chapter, so that means getting some of that equipment we're going to need to progress through the chapter and meet the objectives and not get just completely destroyed by the boss or the endless hordes of enemies that are ahead of us is going to be dependent on our use, really, of our northerner companion Kolbjorn. Not a big deal, because he can be pretty useful in combat, but it also means we can't use, or we shouldn't use, our buddy Malaclips, who gives us a magic shield and kind of negates some of the difficulty that comes along with that low health stipulation. Pretty good and challenging game design on the devs' part, I think, to incentivize the use of another companion. But also, something we did last time that I want to correct. We start out with 3 supply cards, and I think the leather armor's great, it's fine. The healing spirits are a must. They give you an additional 30 health. We're going to try to pop this probably right off the bat, just down it all. But the 5 additional max life isn't really that useful for this chapter. When you're dealing with lower defense values, 5 health, in many cases, isn't going to allow you to take 1 additional hit. So instead, I am torn between the Brigand's Blades, which we can use to resolve a given encounter, and the Chieftain's Axe. We've not seen the Chieftain's Axe so far, and I really want to, so we're going to go ahead and use that. I just also could not get a better weapon last time around, and that drove me absolutely insane. Let's see. Okay, just double-checking our equipment deck. We want all of the dual weapons because they can be very useful at a given point. We definitely want the Bastion of Purification because it's the best shield we got. And we want Felvin's Favor and the Frontier Barbet because they will, I think they're the only helms, yeah, they're the only helms we have right now that'll offer a full 10 defense. Okay, I think... Oh, no, we need to modify our encounter deck as well. Alrighty. The Market Thief is a little chancy. I'm not feeling that right now. Gnomish Exchange and Arm Wrestling, those are good. The Elder's Gift might be necessary here, because it'll give us a really good ring in this case, I believe. What else should we use? Temple Prayers ain't the world's worst card, of course. I'll keep in the Alchemist and Iron Peak. I quite like the Goblin Tracker card. A lot of these are just fine for where we're at. Dark Alleys can... it gives us equipment. Might want to hold off on that then. What's something that'll give us equipment that isn't necessarily chancy? Oh, the Palace Armory, that'll give us equipment. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 encounters that we can unlock various other encounters with. In that case, tell you what, in place of the Palace Armory, we'll go with Empire Contacts. It's just a pretty easy way of getting... I think they give equipment as well. Alright. That said, ladies and gents, I believe we are good to go. And perfectly ready to begin our second attempt at strength. Well, hold on. Actually, I say that. We might not want the Berserker's Creed because its defense is so low. In fact, in its place... well, no extra gold. That could allow us to buy better armor if it comes up. Alright, let's give it our best. I've redesigned our deck this time around to attempt completely breaking this encounter in half. We'll see how successful we are.
This last century.
And since we saw a lot of this earlier, we're just going to kind of speed through it this time around. Alright, so we get beaten around the head by Discount Shrek, and food no longer heals us because we're cursed. Fun times. First things first, we're gonna mosey on into camp and throw back all of these healing spirits. All of them. Yeah, there we go. Just see what's available at the shop. Oh! One of the best rings in the game. We'll definitely be coming back to get that. What's special about the Chieftain's Axe? Armor Breaker and it stuns Corrupted. It's good by me. Alright. Get ready to rumble, kids. We get to choose between 2 combat encounters for this card. Greed Silencer, since we got a heavy weapon, that's not super cool. Or like Raider Trappers, I'm definitely fighting the Raiders. Generally speaking, they're going to be much easier to deal with. Do we get to see our new weapon? Oh, yes. Oh, I absolutely adore all of the embellishments on it. This thing is beautiful. Chieftain's Axe. Well crafted and perfectly weighted. A brutal yet simple tool. Well, let's put it to use then, shall we? Going to have Torbjorn stun these guys, and ho, Nelly. This thing deals a ton of damage. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is my thought behind prioritizing heavy weapons, especially in a game like this. You won't have to dodge or block many attacks if they don't get the opportunity to get many off. And, oh, that's just beautiful. We might stand a chance this time around, kids. Now we should get to roll dice for an opportunity to gain some equipment. Yeah. 13. Let's try these two. And yeah, we will definitely use Kolbjorn's ability. And we get enough. It's worth it, trust me. We want every piece of equipment we can get. The Gambler's Jewel makes all dice gambits easier by adding 2 to their value. I'm gonna take it. That's actually going to make the rest of the chapter much easier on us. The Goblin Tracker again. He just wants us to take down another Blight Terror in exchange for a small reward, which we will gladly do. This thing is made for taking on the Corrupted, so shouldn't be that tough. Oh yeah, we are making mincemeat of its armor. There we go. And he should transport us somewhere around the map. Not that it matters, it's a super small map. Yeah, we'll travel with him. No reward, though. I probably need to take that one out of the deck in future. Oh, the swamp. Joy. So we need to roll an 11. No problem there, though. 15. It's my kind of roll. Totally harmless card, then. Back to Iron Peak. Time to visit the marketplace. And we need to buy the statue, which gives us a curse, which I hate, but just holding the small metal statue makes you breathe easier and fills your limbs with vigor. Oh, no, it's a health gain card. Oh no, now it's the curse. 1 random enemy in every combat inflicts double damage. Ooh, nasty. We finally get the token, though. That curse could come back to bite us when we finally fight Discount Shrek, but the extra health is much appreciated. So we, unfortunately, having only really found 1 encounter card, didn't get any great arms or armor. Wait, no, hold on. We're gonna turn back and see what's for sale. Oh, the only armor in the deck that doesn't boost our defense. That's great. We'll finish trading, break camp, and we're gonna go to the King's Road and take the free shield they offer us, which we can turn right back around to them to be buffed up. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. We get 1 more opportunity to find the forge. Yeah, so we need to get some equipment, some proper armor before we make it to that King's Road. What is this? An ambush. Okay, good. Just some trappers. We took them once before, we could take them again. What we need, though, is the equipment they have to offer. This map's really big on luck of the draw, but not as insofar as your luck in games of chance. Your luck in making proper draws from your, ooh, man. Kolbjorn got tied right up. Making like beneficial draws from your equipment deck. There we go. Thankfully, the bolas travel really, really slowly. They can mess you up to a greater degree than most other projectiles if they hit home, but as long as you see them coming and there's not like a million things happening on screen, you should be good, in my experience, my limited experience anyway. Alright guys, what do you have for us? Food? Just food, I mean I'll take it, but the old maiden, we will ask for supplies right now. I'll take the food over the life, because we're doing okay in that department. Oh man, it's the Gnomish Exchange and we don't have twin blades. That's a real shame. We're running into every single card I don't want to in a row. It's just the way it goes sometimes. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. Get off, get off! Are you kidding me? Of all the maps to actually take blows from the gnomes on, I think it's because we're moving much slower with the axe. We have nothing to offer them, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to hang back. What's over here? Good. Another pick-a-brawl. Greed anarchists or an imperial captain? I'm going to fight the captain, actually.
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you
here. Alright, now he's got some unblockable attacks. He tends to get off pretty quickly, like so. Oh! I thought I blocked that. And once we knock the armor off, even we can stun them. There we go. Let's hope we get something good. Well, that was a terrible roll. Let's try again. Much better. Much better.
To use this, you will need...
Seriously? The only armor weaker than what we have. Oh, that sucks. So we're gonna have to take the shield and let them buff that. As we desperately hope and pray to get one of the helms and better sets of armor. MC2MA, what's going on, man? Our resident Hand of Fate expert in the house. We are, retrying strength, but I've completely remade the deck in what so far has been a futile attempt to completely break the challenge. I took out basically everything that wasn't a dual-bladed weapon or a dual weapon for the gnomes, or reasonably meaty armor and helms, and I've drawn every single equipment card that didn't fall into one of those categories, like all 3 of them so far. So we're going to take the free shield he offers and upgrade that. Swamplands, we've got this. MC2M says game trolling you. Yeah, maybe. I mean, this one has a reputation for a reason.
Alchemy's not.
Oh, it's the alchemist again.
Formulations are mere
We'll give it a try. There's no harm.
Every alchemist has at least a touch of danger.
Oh, we got the golden beetles, which is fine. We'll go for them. I mean, still not the elixir of life, but it can be really, really handy, especially on this map. Come on. Yes! Yes! MC2M says especially on the troll quest. The game control you, especially on the troll quest. Very appropriate, yeah. And you can also do gold and fame. Oh. You did it! The alchemist's eyes grow wide with excitement. The magnum opus? The alchemist picks up the hot beaker with a pair of metal tongs and carefully pours the contents into a pail of water. The water fizzes for a moment, filling the room with steam. Take it, he says, gesturing toward the bucket. It's quite cool. You reach into the water and discover the formula is transformed into a solid gold nugget. Oh yeah, MC2M says yellow and blue gives green, if we wanted some food. We're doing okay in that department, though. Got 25 gold out of it, that's not bad. Now we just need to come back one more time to get the elixir of life and we'll be good. Let's see what we can buy in camp. Oh, that'll be perfect. That'll be just perfect. What can we sell? What can we sell? The Berserker's Creed, which we do not need. And was it 48? Ah, damn it. We could sell the empty vial of healing spirits. Yes, yes. We'll need a bit more fame to actually wear it, but we can still get it upgraded in the meantime. The King's Road, we're turning back for now. Get to pick another encounter. Bandits as always. The Greed. And Raiders. With the weapon we currently have, MC2M says for the Gnomish exchange, starting with the Cutthroat's blades is nice. I thought about that. I was just really, really dissuaded by the fact that we had to go through the entire chapter last time with pretty weak weapons and wanted to try out the new Chieftain's Axe, which for the record is really good. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to fight the thieves, even though they're a bit tougher with a heavy weapon, because this thing can cut them down in really short order. I think at these encounters you can run into just about anything we've encountered thus far, except maybe the Corrupted. And I mean, they might be able to appear as well, I've just not seen them yet. Oh, the one glowing red is affected by the curse. Oh, look at this. Such a beautiful weapon. There we go. If we, like, manage to boost our defense suitably, we can make mincemeat of Draknar with this. Alright, Gambler's Jewel, come on through for us. Pretty bad roll. Much better roll. Just enough. Okay, and we get... Oh, now we get these. Something to sell, anyway. And the shrine.
You received better results from them than I have in turn.
Give us some additional life. I'll take it. Max life. Quite a bit of max life, yeah. Now let's stop by camp to trade. We'll sell the billy clubs, which, yeah, typically sell for a pretty high price. Can't buy any equipment here, but we should be able to on the next map. The shield boosted slightly, thank you.
I'm sure you can work it out.
Here, take this armor. Temple prayers, I will definitely buy a blessing. Food after every dice gambit, that'd be great for this. Life for every gold gain, also great. Additional damage against the Empire. I'm gonna go life for gold, just due to the nature of this one. MC2M says steel opener is nice. Yeah, if we were fighting the Empire almost exclusively, I'd agree. But, man, the extra... Well, I'm torn between extra gold and extra food. I mean, given the way this chapter tends to play out, I'm thinking Gambler's Banquet would be a little more useful, because we're not guaranteed to get gold from a lot of these encounters. I'm thinking this would make the most sense. Yeah, especially since food's kind of in short supply here. I'll take this. Another ambush. Just some thieves. Okay. We can take them, no problem. Alright, so who's got the accursed glow? Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Not if Kolbjorn is holding aggro on him all so well. Or was. Oh man, this is pure catharsis right here. After all the money these assholes cost me in the street fight last time. Okay, Chieftain's Axe is the truth, folks. That is incredible by the standards of weapons we've uncovered so far. We get more fame, meaning we can wear the armor of gluttony, and a ton of food. Another Mire encounter. The Empire. And the North. I'm actually gonna fight the Raiders because... Well, if we had to fight 3 cards from the Northern faction at a time, that'd be a little challenging. But these guys, since there's no trappers or shamans around, all you gotta do is block and retaliate. Or I should say, with a heavy weapon, block, stun, retaliate. Oop, oop, oop. Oop. There's the one with the curse aura. Let's take care of him real quick. Taken care of. Whew. God almighty, you guys are big. There we go. Looks like Kolbjorn took care of him. He, unlike Mal, he can really hold his own in a fight. And if I recall correctly, the other two baseline companions, Ariadne in particular, can just clean house if you give him the opportunity. Alright. Gambler's Banquet. Just need to re-roll this one. And exactly what we need. Come on now. Just armor. Damn it, we need the helm.
Yourself worthy.
I mean, I'll take it for now. Sure.
You'd be right to
Dark
be
alleys.
suspicious. But then where is altruism in today's world?
Skulls and the Blight are dragging the chest. Yeah, I'll go toward the chest. Aside from the Shade, everything here doesn't stand a massive chance of hurting us. The Shade's automatically probably going to do a little bit of damage with its health drain spell, but other than that, we should be fine. So long as we just focus on burning her down, we'll be good. Oh, there she is. As long as we focus on the Wraith, we should be good here. Oh no, you don't. Oof. Yeah, these guys on their own don't pose too much of a problem. Well, the Afflicted kinda sorta do. Whew! There we go. There we go. Now hopefully there's something halfway decent inside that chest. Like, say, a helm. Just a health potion, okay. Is there anything good in here? Come on now. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's just what we need. We might not be out of the game yet, kids. We'll carry on. Meet up with the Forge one more time. Yes, it's been made much stronger. Excellent. I still don't know if it'll be enough, though. Like, do I need to find specifically the Bastion of Purification and give that to him to make it to 60 with the setup we have right now?
And so we see the home.
Oh, it's Kolbjorn's quest line. Kolbjorn returns to his home village to partake in Toil, the ritual cleaning of his people's ancestral grave mounds. He invites you to accompany him. Yeah, we'll go along. Clan Eyebright's village, hidden in the forests of Mount Freitas, is a burned-out husk. You see no inhabitants within the collapsed walls and fallen roofs. Kolbjorn leads you through the trees to the grave mounds, a flat, snowy field dotted with body-sized hillocks. A few villagers are here, kneeling by the cairns in prayer. You realize they are all either old or enfeebled. Your stout companion kneels before 3 graves. They look fresh, and the grass is yet to grow over them. He empties a flask of Aramore spirits over the mounds and lets a blessing fall onto the cold earth by them. He motions you to do the same. Alright, so I've got to give up Gambler's Banquet, that's fair. You kneel on the cold, hard ground beside Kolbjorn as he bends his head in prayer. The tranquility is shattered by a jagged rock bouncing off your companion's back. You draw your weapon and turn to see an old northerner woman, bent over with age, clutching a basket of rocks. Fierce hatred burns behind her eyes. Get out! Get out of here! Betrayer! Life burner! The old northerner tears her hair in grief as she continues flinging rocks. Kolbjorn flinches as the stones rebound off his flesh, but does not move to defend himself. A group of villagers gather around you. They do not join in, but they do not intervene either. I think we actually have to wait this one out, if I'm correct. The barrage continues until the snow is stained with blood and the woman is on her hands and knees, weeping uncontrollably. An elder, his head wreathed in bone and blossom, steps forward, his wrinkled fists clenched with anger. Why have you returned? Kolbjorn waves a massive hand at the 3 grave mounds. The elder spits. You bring this stranger, tainted with curses, into our village on this sacred day? Get out. Without question, Kolbjorn lumbers out of the village, his face expressionless. Oh, so we also can't have any curses when we move to complete that event. We need one blessing that we have to give up, and no curses. That's, not gonna lie, that's kind of terrible. Good, good, good. The Elder's Gift gives us the Grifter's Companion and a bunch of fame. Always nice to have.
Use the Empire to provide the fodder for your own challenges. I understand.
You visit your contact in the Imperial Armory. You must be planning for trouble if you've come to me for help, he says with a knowing grin. Tell me, who are you hunting? I'll see what I can find in the vault of contraband items. Yeah, corrupted. That's what I was going to go for. You tell me you're hunting corrupted. They're a problem to be sure, but they're hardly the biggest issue in these parts. There it is. Oh, it costs money. Too bad. Don't have the gold. But now, next time we get equipment, we might actually get something that would have been useful to us, like, you know, a couple maps ago.
Back to the bones.
Oof.
Learn to be their master.
There we go. That'll do it. Oh wait, I should go ahead. Can I sell enough stuff to get that now? The Grifter's Companion ain't gonna be terribly useful to us from here on out, but I might hold on to it. We don't need the Mercenary Garb since we've got the Armor of Gluttony. Ditto for the leather armor. And... We still need one more, right? Yeah. What do we really not need? I'm gonna go ahead and real quick equip our Armor of Gluttony. No, it is already equipped. Good. And well, we won't need the shield if we get the Bastion of Purification. For that matter, I don't think we're going to need this thing either. Yeah, we'll just take the safe bet and get rid of that. There we go. We will take it. Oh, I hope there's some other way to boost defense that I've just been forgetting about chronically. Well, it's much better, but not enough. Oop. Better get the axe out real quick. Out of luck. I imagined as much. So, with the type of equipment I have right now, I literally need a perfect run. I need the Bastion of Purification early on, and I tell you what, friends, it's not going to be super popular probably on a live stream, but I'm going to, after this encounter, just concede and then try to get through this perfectly, because I don't want to revisit this encounter. It seems like we've got the central thrust of this chapter down, though. Just really, really bad luck early on. I mean, I'm pretty sure I drew everything, or every piece of gear that wouldn't give us the amount of defense we needed early on. MC2M, I appreciate it, man, but I think I more or less optimized it with the cards I have. It's entirely possible, and in fact I think probable, since I was so conservative with my use of unknown cards early on, I just don't have quite as many equipment cards in my library as I should. Especially since I've kind of been prioritizing unlocking encounters. Do I have Goblin Town? I do, in fact, and I'm going to probably, well, definitely replace Iron Peak with it. We unlocked Goblin Town during our first run of this chapter, I think. And I may want to replace, for the time being, Empire contacts with Imperial Armory. Or Royal Armory, whichever. Fetid Fins? I don't know that I do. We can check. I'll get the Dark Thirst. Okay. I do really like the Frontier Barbet. I'm glad we got to see it at least. So we'll forfeit for now. And I hope we still get the token. And we do. So for completing Iron Peak, we get... oh, a crossbow artifact. Which I've heard is pretty useful situationally, but not something we want for this map. Okay, let's try this one more time. Do we have Fetid Fins? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I think I'll replace Unrest in Iron Peak with Fetid Fins. I'll probably replace... well, we might keep Empire Contacts. Goblin Town to replace... the Elder's Gift, most likely. And... well, everything else here seems okay. Use the filters, you say? Oh, there we go. Brilliant. So anything else that can give us equipment? Ah, the Borrow Burrow. I don't feel like losing our weapon, but... this, maybe. Fallen Treasure. fallen treasure in place of the goblin trader. That looks pretty solid. And I'm thinking, in place of Kolbjorn's, we might want something we haven't seen yet, but I'm pretty sure it gives us some decent stuff. The Palace Armory. There we go. If I can cram Trading House, I think what we have may be good for now. Oh, okay, what's your idea? Friendly Innkeeper. Okay, perhaps we can... I want to keep that so we can get the Elixir of Life, hopefully. In place of Gnomish Exchange. Alright, I was thinking either Gnomish Exchange or Arm Wrestling. But we get a ton of gold if we clear Arm Wrestling. Yeah, that's probably smart. Where is it at? There we go. Alright, thank you very much for the help. That should be good. Sounds like a storm's starting up outside. Alright, we should be good then. Once more. Oh, dual blades with another helmet, you said? I'm sorry, I didn't see that in time. I think I've got the only helmets in the deck that we can use to meet the defense requirement.
Rather than rise, without strength, what is purity?
So really, friends, what we need is to run into one of our helmets and the Bastion of Purification early on. Alright, let's drink up. And drink. And drink. Good. Now what's at the top of the deck? Oh no. That's about... Exquisite Blade is definitely something you want in your inventory, but it is not something you want to buy. It exists purely to be sold. Oh, well, that's garbage. Oh, come on. Seriously? Alright, so we're going to just lose some food. And we avoid Draknar. Okay, good. A nice, simple combat encounter. Musketeers and Raiders. That's a no-brainer. Even on our own, we can cut down a couple Musketeers. The question is, can we get the damn equipment? And even if we do just end up getting the Exquisite Blade, we can sell that for a premium and ensure we'll be able to buy anything else. Yeah, there we go. Easy. I can definitely see why this is, like, considered one of the hardest or at least accessible chapters in the game. Not because of the life requirement, actually. That's tricky, but not impossible to surmount. It's the fact that you have to get such a high amount of defense on a series of relatively few maps that have only a handful of cards each. There we go. It's the exquisite blade. Great.
Showpiece. Barely usable in combat.
The defense is only for the gold token. I know, but it's really tough to look at a big old objective staring you in the face and think, oh yeah, I don't need to do that. Arm wrestling, here we go. 14. Damn. Seriously? Yeah, it's not worth it. Just, I'll take the consolation prize. MC2M says there's a much harder chapter later on. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm gonna go ahead and sell the blade just because there's... Yeah, we sell it for 50. That's a whole hell of a lot. And I'll take the extra coin from this. Now we can buy more or less anything we want. And it's another friggin' weapon. Okay. We'll break camp for now.
I would not risk my
That's the fallen treasure. And it's the blades again. Yeah, I'll try to take him. There we go. This encounter isn't too bad on the whole. Now let's see what's available in camp. Are you kidding me? It's everything but the armor. I think aside from Dark Thirst, we've now seen every weapon in my deck. Alright. What do we have now? Still the damn billy clubs, I see. We'll, actually ask for supplies here. We're running pretty low on food. That helps. Gets the swamp again. Oof. Yeah, I'm probably gonna... Well, no, not gonna accept that. I'm going to hope we clear the second roll. There we go.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
Good, this is what we want. Alright, we'll fight the trappers. And this should give us the billy clubs if we clear the dice gambit. Hopefully clearing the way for some decent equipment. Ooh, just barely clipped him with that. Had to be at the very edge of the axe's hitbox. So while we kind of just work our way through a lot of the same stuff, MC2M, what have you been playing recently, man? I know you completed that ridiculously difficult Grimrock 2 run, but anything else you've been using to kind of entertain yourself during quarantine? Aside from, like, Z-list Twitch streams? Alright, let's see. There we go. Nice. And there's the billy clubs. So, the first Grimrock you've been playing, is that right? Oh, thank God. Thank God. We're safe. We're safe for now. Would you say that's, so far anyway, easier or harder than the sequel? I've heard a lot of people say the original is just brutal. Hey, it's the friendly innkeeper.
Story, especially a tale spent in the company of allies.
As night draws in, you return to the Rusty Razor. The proprietor greets you warmly. What can I provide to the savior of the Rusty Razor? Heal by a meal or rest. What do you require? What do we want to ask for here? I assume healing, but do we want to do either of these things, or would they lock us out of benefits? By healing. Okay. I'll talk with him really quickly first. The recent cheese festival has kept the inn busy and coffers full. Okay, so that's just an opportunity to use our food. We'll buy healing. Oh, here we go. And I cannot see what any of these are. Hey, there we go. I saw there was a couple 25s in there, but that's a pretty good outcome.
Let's see what you do with that, given your position.
Alright, and I want to keep the remainder of our gold, but that's really, really good. Now we can immediately hand off the barbet.
Can you reach the end of this challenge before you starve to death? Time will tell.
MC2M says, I find Grimrock easy, but have been brutalized with the second for a while. Alright. Well, I'd imagine the sequel, there's probably a lot more to it. I remember you said there were like a million difficulty settings or different game modes that you all toggled on to make it your last run as difficult as could possibly be, so I imagine a shorter or simpler game, even under those conditions, would be a bit easier to muddle through. Yes, please take the barbet.
I have met.
It's the shrine. Okay.
And death himself. I have no more respect for them now than when I believed them myths.
So if not in defense, in terms of life, we're doing okay. The Palace Armory.
To reward itself and the rich become yet.
Oh, we need more fame. But we can come back if we get a butt ton of fame instantly. Well, I think there's a card in here for that. Let's buy some food real quick. It's gonna take almost all of our gold. Well, we can starve for one encounter.
When all the magic is left to work,
Goblin Town.
will still persist.
Following the goblin's instructions, you walk through snow, then marsh, then under an old oak tree. You crawl through dirt tunnels lit by shafts of sunlight until you eventually emerge on a paved road deep underground. Up ahead you see a bright green glow. You're no longer alone. Goblins scurry from adjoining tunnels and greet you on the path. You're swept along with the crowd until the tunnel broadens into a vast cavern encapsulating a small city, Goblin Town. Green lanterns cast the streets in a murky light. Crowds of goblins go about their business while hooded figures lead rodent-like beasts of burden to market. In the distance, a mountain of gold glitters enticingly. Lines of goblins are arrayed around it like spokes of a wheel. Do we want to explore Goblin Town before we go to Gold Mountain? MC2M says, but yeah, I'm grinding achievements. 7 achievements left for Hand of Fate 2 and programming. Oh, lovely. Are you working on an independent project, or is it something for work? I don't know the first thing, really, beyond like the extreme basics of programming or tech or anything. Gold Mountain, okay. You join one of the long queue of goblins waiting patiently for their gold. A dusty goblin wearing a pointy hat peers down at you from a tall bureau. His wrinkled hand clutches a quill over a scroll of paper so long that it cascades off his counter and onto the ground. Name? The ancient goblin slowly scratches your name into the parchment before scooping some of the gold back into your waiting haversack with a long, giant spoon. Free gold. Hey. Man. Oh, I'm so happy. We'll explore Goblin Town now. I think we've got enough gold. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man. So we don't get anything. Except an immense amount of gold. Oh, one. Sorry, you got there just a little late, but you were right. That's okay, we got a ton of gold, more than enough to buy the food we need to survive. Wetlands ambush. We can manage this. Okay. That'll take care of her. Leaving us with these guys. I think they're using... No, they're using a different type of axe. There's a single-bladed. There we go. MC2M says tonight was tabletop roleplays I've been doing for years. Right on. What system do you guys play? D&D, Pathfinder? I don't actually play, or haven't much in my lifetime. I'd be interested in doing so, but I'm particularly fond of kind of the overall lore of the Pathfinder setting. And I don't think we can enter. We still don't have enough fame. Well, we're screwed again. Amazingly. Well, maybe not.
The rich and powerful are given opportunities the poor and helpless never see.
Oh, are you kidding? It's because of these right here. Well, let's reset one more time. I absolutely hate having to do this, but we just got terrible... We've got the deck kitted out properly now. Really proper. MC2M says this is an unlucky run, definitely. We had perfect cards with your assistance, but we just got really bad draws at really inopportune times. Palace Armory is great, we just need to get it a little bit later on in the run. So let's try this one more time. I do believe I've heard the next couple chapters after this one are comparatively straightforward. Or I should say nowhere near as difficult to earn the gold token for as this one. And I distinctly remember, despite hitting like a Mack truck, Draknar is nowhere near as difficult as his chapter is. Oh, that's cool. MC2M says, a homebrew system, currently playing on a survivalist theme as a group on an island. Oh, that's interesting.
Even as you have crossed these lands. At times.
Plenty of opportunity for character development in a setting like that, I find. What's available? The only armor in the deck that won't meet the defense requirement. Of course. Of course. Yeah, I am coming to realize this one in particular does require just a really lucky run. Anarchists and raiders. I'm gonna go after the anarchists. MC2M says very true, since we've all of the characters in the role-playing game have been judged as criminals, trust comes and goes. That sounds very interesting, and actually like my kind of role-playing setting. Just add in loads of interference from and interaction with gods and other dimensions and things like that, and you'd have like my ideal setting. Alright. Oh, and diplomacy. I'm a sucker for a good political storyline. I'm working towards an MA in history and my bachelor's is in political science, so of course in like a role-playing game I want to sit down for like multi-hour negotiations between countries because I am a nerd. Alright, what do we have here? This should be the Berserker's Creed. Yeah, I'll take it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Nope. We're trying again. God damn it. MC2M says, well, there are some external political influences, but they're still hidden. As I said, sounds interesting. Very interesting. This may just be the Draknar stream. Sorry about that, but... Talk about a difficulty spike, though, eh? Up until this point, the game's chapters and encounters I found, at least, and distinctly remember from my first time with the game, were much easier to manage. The Hierophant, little tricky if you don't know how to build your deck to really maximize gold production, but this, Jesus Christ.
Dear to my heart. Revenge.
There we go, we'll take that. The Swamplands.
Games within games within games.
MC2M says strength is easier if you do gold later on. I would imagine, like, you can get much better, or at least more resilient equipment and put all that.
I wonder how the bards will sing your songs when the time comes. There's going to be a lot
Let's see.
about, I think.
Who do we want to fight? I'll fight the Empire. And I will immediately drink our healing spirits just as soon as we get in. Alright, Kolbjorn, do your thing.
Quickly.
There we go. And now you'd think, being a northerner weapon, this thing would give me a damage boost against the Empire instead of the Corruption, right? I mean, I know it's a heavy weapon, but still. There we go. That should get us halfway decent reward. Ooh! Righteous. MC2M says, we had a table a few years ago where he played as a group of ninja in an altered Naruto setting. That had a lot of political stories. It sounds interesting. I'm not too familiar with, like, the world of Naruto, believe it or not. but what I know of it suggests it's a pretty intricate and kind of compelling setting for the political, the diplomatic, and especially the clandestine. Let's set up camp. Drink. Don't cook food. Drink. What's here now? Seriously? Well, it'll be useful if we can get our hands on it. Fetid fins, here we go.
Everything here. We understand that, you and I.
A miasma hangs in the air, thick and redolent of the dead things trapped in the dark waters. Just walking this path has been known to leave travelers with a lifelong cough. You spy an old carriage through the fog, its wheels locked in the mire. The inhabitants either fled or were eaten by the inhabitants of the swamp long ago. Since the fog is thickest around its rotting timbers, there may be valuables within. Max life penalty, I don't care. Oh dear. I'm going to go for the standard victory. Or standard success, listen to me. Because I just want something. Something is better than nothing. Equipment. Oh, and we get to choose one. That is so nice. I'll take Felvin's Favor. Allows us to remove a card from every wheel gambit. Might be handy. And it's nice and tough. And it gives us life if we kill highlighted enemies first.
Who can say?
I don't care that didn't get us the shard. That is more than enough to make me a very, very happy camper. Thanks for the recommendation of that one, by the way, MC2M. What do we have here? Musketeers again? And Raiders. I'll fight the Musketeers. Always a safe choice. Oh, I like the look of this helmet. Four of them this time around. Oh, these poor guys. MC2M says some folks are put off by the max health loss from Fetid Fins, but that card is too good for this challenge. It really is, seeing as how it appears we would need, like, phenomenal luck even to make it all the way up to 90 health in the first place. So, and phenomenal luck, as we can see, is not something I have. Speaking of... God damn it. Hell with it. We can get more equipment later on. I'm having terrible luck with these dice. Okay. What's for sale in camp? Of course. Of course it's the billy clubs. Do they prioritize like weapons over just about everything else?
Friends in high places will take you
I'm fighting the corrupted. Thank you very much, good sir. I will take that. I will take that right off of your hands, and I will also take that shard. Yeah, that's what I'm about. Now we just need some decent armor, friends, and we might actually pull this one off. A combat encounter once again. Thieves. And a shaman. We'll take the shaman. Easy. No-brainer.
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you here.
Now, all we need to do is run into Goblin Town, a couple more combat encounters, and then the Imperial Armory. Probably in that order. and we'll be fine. MC2M says, I'm not sure about the ruling on the equipment card order. It just seems like they're... Like, I very rarely see rings or artifacts offered, I know that much. Even when they're, like, pretty prominent in the deck. And likewise for things like helms. It's not that they're never on sale, it just seems like they prioritize, oh, if they're stopping by the camp menu to purchase some equipment, it must be because they want, you know, a better tool to face, like, the very next combat encounter with. Which makes sense. It's just kind of frustrating. Okay. What do we have here? There we go. We finally got the friggin' Billy Club so they can stop waving them around in our face. And we get some fame. What's for sale now? The Gambler's Jewel. Okay, that's actually really good. And we might want to grab it up. The Fallen Treasure. And it is the Gambler's Jewel. Yeah, we definitely want that. I don't care if I take some damage. There we go. That one's not too bad. It's really not. Okay. We just bought ourselves some security. Ambush time. Rogue Imperial soldiers. Nothing we can't handle, right? MC2M, you said earlier you were programming for both, I guess, like leisure and work. Are you, for your personal project anyway, if you're comfortable, like, sharing it on stream, of course, are you working on, like, a game project or animated film? What's your passion in that regard? There we go. Poor Empire, they try so hard. They try so hard, but they have probably some of the worst unit synergy in the game. Like, every other faction I can think of, the main factions anyway, all of their elites work in some way to either keep you mobile and away from their foot soldiers, or increase the efficiency of their foot soldiers, or effectiveness, I should say, efficacy. But the Empire just has really weak foot soldiers, really weak spearmen with tower shields, and really weak musketeers with slightly stronger captains. Poor guys. Food, we'll take it. MC2M says, I've been a modder on the uplink scene for a while, helping make the onlink mod. Now I'm working on a spiritual successor called Kite. That's very interesting. I'm actually not we're talking about making a game engine. Wow. That's incredible, man. I'd love to see that come to fruition. Definitely keep me up to date on that. I'm not the most technologically savvy person, as you can probably tell from my stream setup, but I'm very interested in projects like that. You know, we're going to create a brand new suite of tools we can use to make these really captivating virtual worlds. And hey, if you look at what indie teams have been able to do with proprietary tech in the past few years, like when they say they develop an engine or a system in-house, they've been able to do some incredible things. Okay, we're going to start off by upgrading our shield. There you go, sir. What's for sale at camp now? Still not what we want, but that's alright. We've got a little bit of wiggle room. The Friendly Innkeeper. I'm actually tempted to buy food. Oh, but it's expensive. That's actually enough for now. Well, we'll buy 3 for 12, I think. The Dark Alleys. This is actually a really good one. So some thieves have teamed up with the mindless, shambling abominations of the Blight to escort some cargo, and the Dark Thirst is laying in an alley somewhere. We'll move towards the visible enemies. The Afflicted will be a little bit tougher than the Anarchists, but both should be manageable. What we really want is a successful outcome of the dice roll after this encounter. That is a lot of fire. Goodbye. So I want to say all of the Afflicted's attacks are unblockable, which is kind of annoying, but their range isn't fantastic, so there is that. Woo! There we go. MC2M says, I'm not sure about Friendly Innkeeper, but I found it to be more worthwhile recently. It seems like a really great source of slightly discounted food and greatly discounted healing, which would be especially worthwhile for this particular course. There we go. And we get some equipment. And yes, this'll do. This'll get us up to 60 defense, guys. That's fantastic. Now we just have to survive. Oh, I'm so happy. We're finally, well, fingers crossed, we might be done with this before long. Oh, that's beautiful. What's over here? King's Road? Not yet. Not yet. Goblin Town. Let's get the Gold Mountain. Yes. Yes. Alright, now let's explore Goblin Town and see what we can do. Four, maybe? Hold on. 4 or 2? I'm thinking they shuffle those really quickly. Not looking, that's alright. I'll try 2. Oh, damn it was 4. I had it right the first time. Oh well. The Gold Mountain alone makes that encounter really worthwhile. And another ambush. This time it's thieves. We can take care of them, don't worry. I'm just so thrilled we finally have enough defense to maybe make it to Draknar with the gold token. Whew. Hey, if nothing else, I've gotten worlds better at the combat in this game, haven't I? I mean, I really miss the riposte from one-handed weapons, but man, this thing is powerful. There we go. We finished off our opponents at exactly the same time. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah, the current sound level and everything is alright. Yeah, not too much background noise from my AC, and also I'm not coming in too quietly. I've got a new sort of setup for all my stuff today. And we got some food. Great. Great, great, great. Carrying on. The Bastion of Purification, which is now much stronger. Now, we'll ask him to upgrade our helm. Well, no, in case we run... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What's available in camp? MC2M says we can hear the fan, but your voice masks it. That's good. I'm really sorry about that. I live in a pretty decent-sized apartment, but when the AC's on, you can hear the you can hear the air throughout the entire house. The game could be slightly louder, you think? Okay, well, hold on. I may be able to make that adjustment really quick. We're just gonna go into some settings. Alright. Adjust audio mix. There we go. Tell me what you think about this. We got the Grifter's Companion. That's definitely worth it. The Swamplands. Ooh. Man, what a terrible roll. That'll make up for it, though. That should have turned the game's audio up just a little. MC2M says that feels good enough. Alright. Thanks for the feedback there. That's a huge help, actually. So we have Greed and the Empire. I'm going after the Empire. No question.
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you here.
I just hope and pray I don't get to Draknar and then make some horrible mistake and have him kill me. What I distinctly recall about Draknar is him being very easy to dodge, hitting like a truck, and also having a mountain of health. Oh cool, it looks like my bashes actually damage the Empire, so that's nice. And as per... Ow. Was not expecting that. As per usual, the Musketeers do nothing. Have to remember that the Phalanxes have a unblockable attack. There we go. MC2M says, do mind that I have a sound card that balances sounds, so it's hard for me to give proper sound feedback. Sound Blaster Z for life. Oh no, that's good, actually. Anything that'll help you get more enjoyment out of the stream, or anything really, that's fantastic. I don't think I have anything like that. May need to get my hands on some for streaming for other consoles. From other consoles, I should say. Berserker's Creed. Good to have, but not really necessary. I could say that about things in this chapter now. Well, nice we have that in our inventory, but it's not gonna make or break us. I'm going to go after the thieves once again. Well, Yeah, better to go after the thieves. It'd be great if across the next couple of maps we... Oh, that sounds great, man. MC2M says, imagine hearing the full levels of bass and never a shred of saturation. Oh my god, that would make my music listening experience 1,000 times better. I've got some pretty decent headphones, but that's about it in the sound department. Well, no, sorry. I should say my speakers, not for my PC, but for my actual audio system, are pretty solid, but that's about it. No, you don't. I love that they designed the thugs to teach you about enemies with combo attacks very early on in the game, with a relatively low threshold of risk. That's quite nice. Because even at this stage of the game, their attacks don't deal any damage at all, so... Alright, what do you have for us? There we go. That's much better. The Frontier Barbet. Hey, I'll take it while we wait on the other helm to be completed. Ah, the Alchemist. Here we go.
I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate that the game, this
Red
game,
mushrooms.
has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
Now we need the red beetles and the red feathers. That's good. That's good. This is also probably going to be a huge help if we can pull it off for the chapter, right? That's okay, because we can nudge it over one to the right. Hey! Ta-da! Fantastic, guys. As you add the red beetles, the mixture glows an intense red, lighting up the room. Eureka! The alchemist's eyes grow wide with excitement. The fabled elixir of life! MC2M says if you don't get cocky, you have this. Yeah, fortunately we made it. It's a good thing we had the, I think it's the Grifter's Jewel, but we made it. He eagerly dips out a large ladle into the glowing liquid and holds it out to you. Here, drink it! 10 max life, and 5 max life. Good, good. The red liquid is sweet like honey and warm like sunshine, refreshing as a seaside breeze. You hear the sound of gulls and children laughing, and for a moment your troubles are abolished. Your mind clears, and you find a newfound strength and hardiness about you. Finally something has come of this agonizing chapter. I actually like the design of the chapter itself. I just wish it weren't quite so dependent on lucky draws from your deck to get the gold token at this stage. But the actual mechanics of the chapter itself, being this great combat gauntlet, I think are excellent. And for the first time in the game, I believe, you're being put up against all of the different major factions, except the Corrupted, in equal measure, so all of the major human factions. And it really does season you in regard to your expertise with the game's combat. Good, good. I'll take Felvin's favor. I will equip Felvin's favor. Now all that's left is the armor. And in this case, the mercenary garb. Good sir, get to work. Now, we have Felvin's favor. We have the Bastion of Purification. We've got this. Now, what can we buy? Armor of Gluttony, don't need that. Is there anything we can sell? Healing Spirit Flask, we can toss that. I'll actually probably go ahead and wear the Berserker's Creed for now. The Stun Bash ability. We're getting close to unlocking its token. This one's just a bit better. Because it has that gold draw ability. Oh, right, we need food. My mistake, totally forgot. We have to fight a whole bunch of Frost units now. Hopefully this encounter should give us some food, though, free of charge. Alright. Thankfully, she can't heal herself. If she could, we'd be in deep trouble. Whew. 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 Oh, that was a charged bash, I think. Oh, damn. Now we really can't get cocky at this stage of the game. Whew. Oh, man. I'm sweating, you guys. I'm sweating. Whew. Come on, Kolbjorn. Stay on your feet. I have a feeling either way this run's gonna be one for the highlight reels. MC2M says 2 shamans can't heal one another. Oh, that's interesting, and honestly probably really good for the game balance. Alright, what do we get? Food? Food. Pretty sure those almost always result in food. We're going to... Well, we can't buy healing, but... just the armor of gluttony. Not worth it. The shrine. Thank you, God.
Well done.
15
Continue to
and 5. 20 life. Good, good. I will take it. The King's Road? Not quite yet. The Palace Armory. A fee of 10 gold will allow us to enter the promotion. Yeah, we'll pay it. And we get to just take something, the Armor of Gluttony. How much is that one worth, Brian? The Storeman asks his assistant. Its value is 32 gold, says Brian. Turning to you, the Storeman explains, you may continue to draw, but if your next item is of lower value than the previous one, you live with nothing. Or you can walk away at any time with what you've got. I'll leave with this. For 10 gold, this is fine. Perhaps we shall be less risk-averse this next time, Brian remarks dryly as you leave with your item. It's worth more than that if we just sell it. So, better defense for now? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. And what's for sale at camp now? Sacrificial blades, Oh, the swamp. Not great. But we got a great roll. Right on, right on. The forge has been shattered, but we receive our new and improved mercenary garb. Now, I'm afraid we have to take our crap sword for the time being and strap on the Bastion of Purification to enjoy the benefits of our max defense. Okay, another combat encounter. I'm, actually going to, let's see. I'll probably fight the raiders here because I can riposte them now. Even with this crappy sword, our defense should be sufficiently good to allow us to take some blows if worst comes to worst. Our sword's terrible, but everything else is A grade. Oh, you can just absolutely destroy a raider or a berserker with riposts, can't you? Nice, very nice. So we're killing them with mosquito bites, but we are in fact killing them. Oh, gotta get back over to Kolbjorn. Ooh! Man. But as you see, he dealt next to no damage. God almighty, there's a million of them here. Poor old Kolbjorn's just getting destroyed. Okay, so I'm thinking we may actually want to make a beeline to Draknar now. Don't know how many more of these combat encounters we want to chance. Oh! Actually got attacked by two of them at once that time. I don't know that there's anything you can do in that circumstance. Did I find friendly innkeeper? Oh, I don't... Maybe? Maybe we found him at the very beginning of the run? Either that or I'm getting it confused with the last one. Well, we'll see. There we go. Should be the sacrificial blades. Nice. What's available in camp? Dark Thirst, which would be great if we didn't need all of this to take Draknar. We'll head down here first. Oh, it's the Old Maiden. Yes, yes, longer life, please. Yes.
Who are you?
Here he is.
So eagerly to the source of your own destruction.
All right, folks. Cross your fingers.
In order to seek revenge.
Mist pools in the foothills as you approach the Ogre's lair. Bones of fallen champions litter the way, picked clean by vultures. Their weapons lay here and there, rusted by the damp and twisted by the weather. Just like my weapon. Good luck to you, thank you very much, MC2M, I appreciate it, man. You catch up with Ariadne as she charges through the hillside. In her hand she carries a massive mace, its face fashioned from the traveling forge's anvil. Let's see how he likes it when my forge fights back. We are close, Kolbjorn whispers, keeping his blades, or drawing his blades and scanning the rocky outcrop ahead. Keep your wits about you. If you have to make preparations, this could be our last chance. This is no time for caution, Ariadne says, pushing past. Let me at that beast. No one destroys my father's forge and continues to draw breath. She stops and lets out a roar. Where are you, monster? The silhouette of the ogre looms out of the mist. He raises his club above his head and leaps down from his perch, smashing the ground in front of you. The poor fools come happy to their death. He grins, displaying a mouth of yellow, jagged teeth. Crunch, crunch, the little wagon went. Dost your bones sing as beautifully? Ariadne bellows in defiance and charges her foe. Draknar swings his club wildly, catching Kolbjorn and sending him flying. Then the ogre swings at you. The mighty club glances off your armor. Your armor is thick and strong, Ariadne laughs. Anders has done well. So we're going to be teaming up with her, and correct me if I'm wrong, of the 4 baseline companions included in the game at launch, Ariadne's easily the strongest, so good to have her on our side. against Draknar, who is an absolute beast. Oh god. Draknar the Mighty. Even amongst ogres, Draknar is feared. Once he was a leader among their kind, but those days are long gone. The ogre's thick hide reduces damage by 4, making low-damage weapons less effective. Oh great, so our sword is next to useless. Beware, club deals devastating damage. Evade or perish. Great. Oh man, she deals a ton of damage to him, doesn't she? Oh, he doesn't have that much health. Oh, crap. He's faster than I remember, though. Decent trade-off, I suppose. Oh yeah, and she has a special heavy attack as her. Oh my god. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That is the most difficult chapter of the game we've encountered so far, and I think the last one I played that I can distinctly recall in my original playthrough. Strength. For the record books. MC2M says, congrats, thank you so much, man, I appreciate it. And thank you for sitting with us live during all of these failed attempts, being patient, and giving me some excellent advice. I really appreciate your patronage, man. Oh, with the ogre defeated, you and Ariadne rush to Kolbjorn's side and help him to his feet, which has kind of been a running theme for poor Kolbjorn this chapter. He's just been getting the shit kicked out of him left, right, and center, while we desperately try to stay alive. Then you see it, shining under a pile of bloodied rags and small bones. The other half of Odysseus' charm. The two halves of Odysseus' charm slide together, and with a rush of relief you feel the curse lift. And now we get this for future future chapters. It's a special artifact that creates an aura that lasts for a full minute, and while active, we gain 1 food for every single enemy we defeat. So I guess it either transforms them into food or makes us feel a lot less guilty about eating Imperials and bandits. Excellent. We'll probably want to keep this in our back pocket for a while. With a shout of joy, Ariadne lifts her hammer to the sky. Wow, that was exhilarating. We brought down Draknar the Mighty. We're bloody heroes. Ariadne runs a hand over her hammer. She seems reluctant to let this moment go. Say, you don't need some extra muscle in your troop, do you? And we've befriended Ariadne. She is a great companion, and I can't wait to use her. Oh, trophy unlocked. Combat ready. Oh, so maybe I actually didn't clear this challenge with the requirements or the criteria necessary to earn the gold token my first time around. That's really cool. So for defeating Draknar the Mighty, we unlocked Stirring in the Mire, the Wetland Ambush, and some Toshers. I'll probably want to put Stirring in the Mire into regular rotation. I really enjoy cards like that or the Crucible that let me pick who I want to fight. And for defeating the Ogre, we also get a battered helm as part of our supplies, as well as Odysseus' Charm, the Sisters of Vengeance, and the Innocent Shield from the first game, which is now called the Ward of the Innocent. For befriending Ariadne, we get the first chapter in her personal quest line, and the Blacksmith companion card. And for armoring yourself fully against Draknar the Mighty... Oh no. MC2M says, combat ready. Completed a challenge with one of each equipment type that you gain during the challenge. Well, that's nice, I suppose. For armoring ourselves fully against Draknar the Mighty, we get Jousting Armor, which looks very cool, and the Lady of the Lake, holding Arundite aloft. Look at that. Definitely gonna check that out. For discovering the Elixir of Life, we've unlocked the Lionheart. Lots of Platinum cards unlocked. I am very happy. Well, folks, I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. I think we all deserve it after that. And we will be back to challenge the Hermit, which I don't remember anything about at all, even if I did play it. So, gonna be some exciting stuff up ahead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5. Thank you so much for watching thus far. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back now that I have just chugged about 1.5 bottles of water in a little over 5 minutes, like I've just run a marathon, which I feel like I have, the goddamn Draknar marathon. Mr. Fiddlescruffs, glad to see you. The Hermit's just a little old crab, and we got some congratulatory dialogue about that. Be tempted to call it upon. Good to see you. What you've missed, having not been on stream last night, I believe, or last night as this happened, was probably a combined 3 to 3.5 hours of me just kind of petulantly swearing at what I will remember as Bargain Basement Trek. People said the Strength chapter was a challenge, and it was. But thanks to some extensive support from our buddy MC2M, who's been holding it down with me tonight, we were able to finally get through. And we're on track for the Hermit, and no matter what it is, it can't possibly be worse than what we just went through. Right? Right? That's what happens. When you say that, it never is that bad. It's like, what could possibly go wrong, yeah? Okay. Let's see what we got. And thank you for the kind words. I'm glad to see you, or you guys, I should say, since, again, several people want to count in chat. Oh, dear. Oh, right.
The Hermit has been with you along this road, aiding you at every step, aiding me. Neither of us would be here without him, yet he remains a mystery even to me.
This is... Oh, no. Oh, I remember this one now. Sorry, I do remember this. Rumor has it there's a powerful magician hidden in a devilishly confusing and dangerous forest of eternal snowfall. So, we want map reveal cards, we want lots of food gain cards, and cards that prepare us for combat against the Empire. So we'll start with a recommended deck. They want us to start with Ariadne. Yeah, that's fine. I want to finish out Mal's companion quest line, though. We're so close. Let's see. Why on earth are they giving us these? The Chieftain's Axe we definitely want, yeah, but not the crossbow. I'm thinking we want food. And the battered helm, we don't know what it is, but hell, I'll take it. What on earth is this? Yeah, sure, we probably want the Lionheart. Holy purification. What the hell? Okay, Ring of Food is probably a good one. Don't Starve for the Pious Robes, that's good. Yeah, we'll take that. Billy Clubs, we don't really need. Word of the Innocent, I guess I'll take. Don't really need Dark Thirst, and certainly don't need the generic shield. If we're taking... Oh no, we've already got a platinum. Eat Less with the Valiant Aegis, that sounds good. Oh man, that's what Odysseus' Charm is here for, isn't it? MC2M says Cardinal Blade with that. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good call, man. And I'm thinking, even though the Lionheart sounds cool, we probably want Odysseus' Charm for this, just for the effect. And the Frontier Barbet we definitely want. Okay, to our resident expert, does this look like a pretty good setup for this chapter? I do vaguely remember it now. And we're starting with the Chieftain's Axe, which should be nice and helpful against the Empire. while we get some feedback there. Oh no, sorry, I need one more. Whoopsie. Equipment's not the most important part. But yeah, it should help. Good, good, good. Oh, the jousting armor's quite strong. What does this do? The armor of gluttony, definitely. Oh, gambler's ring, you said? Oh my god, I somehow didn't have the gambler's ring in here. Oh no, gambler's ring is in here, I think. No, it's not. Whoopsie. Gambler's jewel probably in place of... I'll probably swap out the elusive charm for it. There we go. Now, encounters. What do they have for us? Lady of the Lake, I like that. Gnomish Exchange. Not on this map. Something that gives us a food gain. Lose food, we don't want that. Fight the Empire and reveal the map, that's good. Watchtower, good. Trading house, that's fine. The Pauper Dilemma. I'll keep that one because it's a nice, kind of simple little encounter. We'll put the cure there for Mal. The scouting party, probably. Distressed damsel. Fork in the road's nice. I'm thinking fork in the road, but also a card I just remember really enjoying earlier on. My first playthrough is One Drunken Night. It's basically a simple little trap maze. Do all of these look good? Decent odds of earning... Or should I maybe swap out the Lady of the Lake for, Goblin Town, again, to get the gold? Lady of the Lake is pretty meh. Alright then, Goblin Town it is. You've converted me in that regard. I am a believer. It's a guaranteed weapon. We don't need that. I'm definitely gonna have to do some streams after we complete most or all of the game to unlock tokens in endless mode. Oh, Man of the World might be better in this. That's right, that's right. Good call, my friend, good call. Alright. We're ready to give it our best. If I recall, this one's kind of tricky, but it's nowhere near as bad as Strength. Alright. We're good to go.
I have spent more time alone than any hermit could imagine. In truth, it is only your ignorance that leaves these cards occupied by such commonness. You seek and a hermit moves again. We have much to learn from each other at this point.
While exploring the wildlands, you arrive quite suddenly at the fringes of a curiously enchanted winter forest. Where you stand, it is a warm summer afternoon. Yet only 10 steps away, the cedars are gray with frost, and the ground blanketed in thick snow. Horrendous. You turn in surprise to face Malaclips, but it is not he who spoke. An Empire general in an impressively plumed helm approaches you. A sizable company of Empire soldiers arrayed behind him. Horrendous, isn't it? This smear of obstinate mage filth staining the land. You and your squire, he glances at Malaclips, should leave. This frozen waste is no place for common folk. The ground changes underfoot and the blizzards tear your skin to shreds. He gestures and his troops split into small parties and head into the wasteland. He turns to you and bows deeply before following the last party in. Never fear, citizen. This mage will meet the blade of the Empire's justice. We'll ask Mal about the hermit. Malaclypse claps his hands joyfully. This hermit is one of my personal heroes. He's up there with that cat I saw once, the one that stole a sweet roll from a sleeping guard. He gestures... Oh no, back to the tree. We'll enter the forest then. Malaclypse stares as the troops disappear into the cold fog. I suppose we must ignore our better judgment and warn this poor hermit before he's discovered. So we have to make it to the hermit before the Empire does. Oh joy. It's the blizzard from... Oh! But it actually delays the Empire. Oh no. Oh no. What are we looking for, kids? 3, maybe? 1 or 3? I really don't know. I'm thinking... One? Oh, huge failure. Damn it, damn it, damn it. We take injuries. That's okay, it's fine. We can take that in stride and heal. A perilous chance. Further into the forest, you hear a smattering of voices carried on the wind from somewhere to the east. You motion Malaclypse to stay behind before cautiously approaching the voices. You spy a small Empire party taking a break from their zealous manhunt. Obscured by fog and brambles, you consider your options. If you stay hidden, you might learn more of the forest, but you also risk discovery. Okay, we can do this.
The pendulum is ever changing.
That one wasn't too bad.
It presents change too.
A soldier whistles and sits down. It's a good thing the captain thought to give us these shields. We'd be wandering into blizzards in that blasted imp otherwise. You spy a shining shield resting against a boulder just in reach of your hiding place. Is this the enchanted shield the soldier mentioned? To your dismay, the soldier balancing an overflowing bowl of stew sits down in front of your hiding place. Buzzing with adrenaline, you consider your options. I'll stay hidden. See if we can't get some more out of them. Oh, damn it! We're gonna have to fight him, probably.
Things appear impossible, they can be mastered. Keep practicing.
We will continue to stay hidden one more time. Yes!
That will set you in good stead from here.
You overhear the soldiers discussing a nearby landmark. Okay, so there's another Imperial camp there. And so they head out. Right. The Old Maiden. Excellent. We will ask for supplies. The blizzard, once again. Every time, huge failure. Every time. I've got to learn to read these damn cards.
The Empire
Mage hunting.
Mages a core pursuit. Fortunately, a mage is a cunning prey.
While trudging through the snow, you hear a shout and the sound of swords being drawn. It's only a matter of time before the sounds of combat attract another patrol. So we might be able to put the Empire behind a little bit if we manage to break through these guys quickly enough, I think. I think to earn the gold token here, all you have to do is make it to the Hermit before the Empire does. There we go. Fortunately, our Imperial buddies ain't too durable without their shields. Ooh. Ouch. Almost there. Making good time. Let's get it. Poof! Alright. Loot the bodies and hurry away. Get some equipment. Frontier Barbet, exactly what we want. And we get some of that life we lost in the umpteenth blizzard back.
The
Oh no.
set signs in order to guide the rest of their forces. Fortunately, you too can follow.
You find a tree etched with a strange marking. Is this a sign pointing toward the hermit? Oh no, that means the Empire gets a little closer. Not what we want. So we press on. Winter Trail. How many days have you spent lost in this winter forest? No idea. We're going to try to do a bit more recon here. There we go. Another shield, which we do not need. There we go. Pendulum gambits, I don't mind. You overhear him discussing a nearby landmark. It's the blizzard. Good, good. And one more landmark. Oh, the pauper dilemma in Yvonne's cottage. Good, we'll want both of these. And the Frontier Barbet reveals the general store to us. Good. I think I'll try to stay away. MC2M says, I believe Blizzard is a good one. It puts the Empire further behind, but it's also a chance card gambit that I've gotten injured with every single time. We'll head to Pauper Dilemma for now. The town crier announces the Empire seeks mercenaries to join the battle against corruption. You seek out the watchtower where recruitment is taking place. You arrive in time to hear Sir Malifaux's plan to wipe out the Paupers district. The outbreak began there, and we cannot risk sparing any of their lives, he says. He leads the mercenaries to the Pauper district, where the poor and sick have been walled off from the rest of the city. As you hear the wailing of the corrupted, Sir Malifaux gives his command to charge. I'm actually going to refuse to kill them. Your refusal does not sit well with the Imperial soldiers. Traitor! One of them shouts. Imperial soldiers surround you, shackles at the ready. And now all we've got to do is take down a few more Empire grunts. Not bad. Gotta look out for those unblockable attacks that the phalanx are boasting, though. I love the little Doctor Who-ish transition sequence we get in Hand of Fate 2. Oh, that's a lot of muskets. These guys, of all units, actually have combo attacks, it looks like. Did that musketeer end up shooting through me and into the soldier immediately behind me? Nice. There you go, sir. One more. And I have done a great thing today, and spared the world another feat of really subpar Imperial soldiery. Fearful of your wrath, the rest of the soldiers retreat. You spot a peasant woman with a child hiding behind some barrels. You lead them past the wall, past gatekeepers who look pointedly in the other direction. Bless your heart, she says, holding back tears. Please accept this token of our appreciation. More food, yes! And the shard? And the shard, right? And the shard. There we go. Well, now I feel good about myself, and I have lots of resources. Awesome. Let's go here. Sharptooth.
But no malice.
Oh, this is good. A small blue imp materializes on the path ahead of you. It grins, revealing rows of needle-like teeth. I am Sharptooth. The creature rushes at you, arms outstretched. You back away from its enthusiastic embrace. Undeterred, Sharptooth merely grins. I'll move the forest around? Say yes, and they fall 10 days behind, or say no. What do we want to do here? Since I've seen almost the entire map, is this worth it? I don't think so, right? Like, I can go around to Yvonne's cottage and then just clear the top row of cards really easily. No is better here, MC2M says. I thought so. Oh, so we still have to win in a gambit.
I hope you have learned to be there.
Oh, no. Of course. So he does it anyway. Great. Great. Now the Empire's behind at least, that's fine. God damn it! Old Maiden. Supplies, please. I will say, like, it's somewhat frustrating to have such consistently terrible luck. As long as we don't run into Sharptooth again, or we run into decent luck with the cards, we should be able to find the Hermit and defeat the Empire pretty readily this time around.
By sea and sun, fate and fame.
This chapter isn't that hard, but it does have a lot of kind of unique mechanics. That guy's definitely not getting back up. Maybe this will throw them a bit further off the trail, eh? If we literally throw them off the trail. And down he goes. Ooh. I'm definitely taking the Gambler's Jewel this time around. And we get to reveal some of the map. Excellent. Guess we might want to flip this. Oh, damn, it's the blizzard. Okay. I think it's this one? Yes! Huge success. And the Barbet reveals another Pendulum Gambit to us.
Hurry.
Oh, we found them!
The Hermit
The Hidden Mages. You follow the sound of screams and clashing metal to find a company of Empire soldiers tearing down tents and executing cowering mages. So for once, we actually get to fight with the mages. This is also definitely not the chapter for unlocking tokens, is it?
I hope this works.
Fortunately, the Imperials deal so little damage on their own that it seems like the mages will make it out of this just fine. And unlike in Hand of Fate 1, they can kind of make a solid account for themselves in close quarters combat here. You know, now I feel bad, a little bad, for killing anything that isn't a giant, extremely irritating ogre. The mages are grateful for your intervention. The tent village is well hidden in the sweeping snow and fog. You can spend time here in exchange for resources. We'll ask about Sharptooth first. A horrible little imp, grumbles a mage as he stares into a beaker full of bubbling liquid. God knows how he does it, but every time he shifts the forest around, it plays havoc with my readings. We'll ask about the hermit. A mage draws a rune in the snow and says, the hermit enchanted the forest to protect us. I'm not sure how he does it. Perhaps blood magic? And we will carry on. We don't... None of this seems particularly worth it to me, so we're just going to carry on for now. The mages point you vaguely in the hermit's direction. Even they aren't certain of his whereabouts. Across the Silver River, through the Twin Oaks. And we get to do the whole thing a couple more times, I want to say. The Winter Trail. Nice, simple card. Oh no. Means the Empire gets closer. General Store. What does he have for sale? Oh, the Ring of Food. We might want to sell... it won't be quite enough. That's alright. Can we buy some food then, with what we have? Yeah, we can buy 3 food, which I'm going to do. And that should do us. Winter Trail. The Blizzard again. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, regular failure, which is fine. We take a little bit of pain. But the Empire is delayed, and we find another Imperial hunting party. Oh, damn it. We really want to avoid those further in cards, if we can help it. This chapter really isn't the most mechanically complex. You just kinda want to reveal as much of the map as you can, as quickly as you can. Thankfully, we've got enough of a lead on the Empire that, unless my characteristically bad luck kicks in again, we should be fine. I think there's one more level of the forest after this. The environments they crafted for these battles are far more beautiful than those on offer for Hand of Fate 1, I think. Well, most assets are way more beautiful than their equivalents in the first game, but you get what I mean. MC2M says, yeah, this is about going fast. And I can appreciate that after a map that, or a chapter that, with what we had on hand, was almost entirely about luck. Well, on paper, it was about getting good at the combat, which it accomplished spectacularly, but really, yeah, luck. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. The Man of the World, this is great. Show me what you got. We definitely want the Hidden Mages. But is there anything else that's an absolute must here? No, there is not. Ask about the Hermit. A distracted mage waves his hand toward the forest without looking up from his readings. Yes, yes, the Hermit is that way. He doesn't often take visitors. I've never seen him anyway. Ask about Sharptooth. And the same thing. Okay. We're going to carry on. We're good on supplies and all that. Stay fast to the path of bluebells. If you're at the Great Lake, you've gone too far. Oh dear. One drunken night. Here we go for our 5th shard. The unmistakable scrape of metal wakes you fully from your slumber, and you slowly take stock of your surroundings. Time for a trap maze, kids! Which are way more fun in this game. MC2M says don't get hit. I shall do my very, very best. I take it that's the condition for the shard. Ooh. You know how it is, right? You attend some party or other function, you have just a little bit too much to drink, and next thing you know, you wake up in an ancient tomb full of intricate traps. Happens to the best of us, am I right? I'm not gonna get greedy since I assume not getting hit is tied directly to the special condition. Whew. Come on, here we go. Good, good. And this still gets us a fair amount of gold, mind. There we go. Nice and easy. And got a little bit of food, too. MC2M says, I was thinking more that you were drunk and bet that you wouldn't get caught in any trap. Yeah, admittedly, that sounds like a Hand of Fate protagonist. You follow the stairs upward until you emerge in a forest, the morning sun burning your eyes. Despite your stupor, you are no more worse for wear than the night before. And we earn ourselves a brand new token.
Pieces. Now let us see what that has gained you.
You fumble in your haversack for something to eat. Happily, you find a half-eaten pasty, and try to find your way out of the woods. A blizzard. I don't mind the blizzards at this point. Regular failure, that's okay. Just 5 health. Not a big deal. Frontier Barbet, what do you see? Further in. Okay. Oh dear. What do we see? Further in. There are more and more further in cards as you progress, I believe.
By sea and sun, fate and fame.
All right. These time limits are actually very generous. Not that I'm complaining. I'm pretty sure if we had a weapon other than a heavy weapon or one of our top tier one-handed weapons, this would still take a bit more time, though. Oh, that somehow connected. Great. Don't you wish a victory in these mage hunting events set the Empire back maybe just a couple days? Oh, this is a unique blessing. Damage is reduced by 30% in the next combat with light weapons equipped. Oh, that's something. And a ton of food. Hey. Wow. Good stuff. The Watchtower. Good. Let's offer him gold. MC2M says that hermit old man is quite popular. The Empire has a burning desire to find him. Oh, there's the end of Mal's quest line, though this certainly isn't the time for it. Oh, look! Right below us! Okay, so hold on, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Should I go try to finish off Mal's quest line and then go right back across to the hermit? Because I think we're right there. I don't think it matters if we arrive with, like, 2 days left as opposed to 7, right? Try the cure, sure. Alright. We'll give it our best. Is there anything I should have that, or stop in to buy that I don't already have? I'm gonna sneak away. It's not worth it.
Breathe. You have done well.
Frontier Barbet shows us a winter trail. Don't think so. Okay. Let's see what we got.
Now we see how this tale ends.
Maleclipse's condition worsens on your journey back to the Underneath. He must stop often for rest, and his usual chatty lute playing is replaced by a somber silence. Finally, you arrive at the familiar stone entrance by the lake, but the doorway's wide open, and the bespectacled ogre is lying in a pool of his own blue blood. The ogre wheezes, "Get away." Oh, it's just some of the undead. This ought to be fun, then. There we go. Gotta love the skulls, man. They try so hard. They're consistently outmatched, but they never let it get them down. Oh, wow. He took that one down. Well done. A robed woman draped in bone charms rounds the corner. A necromancer. You must be Malaclips, and you, his mercenary companion. I was warned about you. She bows mockingly. Have you come to stop me from ending the lives of the little rats who scurry in this sinkhole? Ask Kusinner. Why, the Empire, of course. The necromancer steps closer, fiddling with her bone amulets. You really think you could waltz into an Imperial fort and steal those precious mage children away without them noticing? There's an enticingly high price on your heads, and a high price on mage heads in general. Once I've taken yours, I'll descend into the underneath and collect every last one. Demand to know who she is. She laughs, a chilling hollow sound. By many accounts, I am nobody, merely a killer for hire. Ask why she wants to kill them. Can you not feel the winds of time changing, Malaclips of the Vale? The seers whisper of it. I've no intention of being on the wrong side of history. Have you? Malaclips grimaces. You are on the wrong side of history, sister. The necromancer smiles. History is penned by the victors, hedge maze. Now, she readies her staff. The Emperor did not give me lizard man bone dust to waste my time up here while I could be down there, spilling mage blood. The necromancer raises her arms and the undead crawl out of the earth to surround you. So this is cool. We're going to get to see another elite from the Skulls faction. I don't think she'll be that tough. I'm pretty sure I completed this quest line on my first playthrough, but I don't know for certain. But hey, once Mal's out of the way, we can start playing with one of our other companions. I'm thinking Ariadne, because she just kicks ass. And it's just a darker recolor of the mage, alright. Necromancer. The Necromancer revels in this land, tipping ever more into chaos. Use bash to break through their gruesome armor. So an armored mage, alright. I see some of the skulls have grenades. Oh no, she doesn't have armor to begin with. That's a... Oh, she must personally come, or her card must come, with a cohort of skulls. Because that's a lot more than 7. Ooh, skeletal armor. In a very unusual sense of the word, or term, I should say. Oh, Mal. You know, these companions are just ever so slightly better at self-preservation than your companions in Kingdom Hearts. Like, admittedly, Mal made it at least halfway through this fight, while typically in Kingdom Hearts, about 10 seconds into any given skirmish, you're picking Donald Duck's little ass up off the floor and Goofy's picking his teeth out of the carpet, but still, could do with some companions being a little tankier. I think Ariadne is. Ariadne and Estrella are. Suddenly, Malaclips doubles over in pain, clutching his arm. Ira! The cure! You carry Malaclips through the stone entrance into the underneath. He coughs blood onto his collar. A few steps into the tunnel, you meet Ira. She takes one glance at Malaclips's face and immediately understands. Malaclips is as pale as a sheet, and his eyes are bloodshot. "Ira, please, the potion." She weeps. "Oh, Mal, I've lied to you." Malaclips stares in horror, blood leaking from his mouth. "What are you saying?" She raises a hand and cups his face with the tenderness of a lover. "The only cure is removal. The whole limb is infected, Mal. It has to go." Malaclips begins to sweat through his surcoat. He tears at the bindings of his sleeve to reveal the affliction spreading up his arm. Glowing green pustules encrust his hand and wrist. The extent of his affliction now gruesomely apparent. He gives a strangled sigh and promptly passes out. Ira unsheaths a curved silver dagger from her belt and hands it to you. "We don't have much time. I must fetch a blood-binding potion or he'll simply bleed to death. Do not falter. If the corruption spreads to his neck, then he is lost. You must quickly remove the infected limb for him. The corruption is creeping past his elbow." Oh boy. Oh, crap. So we get to try again, no doubt.
Patience. Do not move too quickly, for haste breeds only failure.
Man!
What an unfortunate time for your skills to leave you.
This is a tricky one. It is. Yes! Oh, thank God. The surgical dagger is impossibly sharp. It cuts cleanly through Malaclips's arm, through tendon, muscle, and bone. Still, your friend does not move. You feel sick to your stomach as you desperately try to staunch the bleeding. At last, Ira arrives, potion in hand. Some days later, Malaclips comes to. He stares at the empty healing vials and jars of curative salves that surround his sick bed and rasps for a flagon of wine. When he is well enough, through sorceries and blood magics you don't quite understand, Mal is gifted with a new arm. It glows bright green and is smooth and transparent like glass, and I believe these changes will actually be reflected in his model and actions in combat, I believe. Malaclips flexes his new limb with a sad look on his face. Thank the gods the Empire isn't hunting mages right now, or this would be quite the beacon indeed. After a few more days, fully supplied with the wine and the disgusting caveberry cakes ubiquitous in the underneath, you both trudge up the tunnel to the surface. He's silent as you walk. Ask about the corruption. He grimaces. I made a terrible mistake. It was a plan concocted by a few desperate ones to stop the Empire from calling all of us, but it backfired horribly. Those who didn't die were infected, and he stops himself from telling you something and pats you on the back instead. When you're older, I'll tell you the rest of the story. Ask about the arm. He flexes his new glowing limb. It feels stiff and tingles painfully. And to the Empire? If it is true that the Emperor himself is consorting with mages to cull mages, then that is a rather flawed and rather terrifying plan. It may be all codswallop, though. Necromancers are known to harbor big heads, unlike the smaller, more humble heads of regular mages like me. I could have died. It's a funny thing to think about. Malaclips runs his new hand across the surface of a powerful spellbook, a parting gift from Ira. I suppose, since it'll be difficult to hide this beacon attached to my body, I'll have to abandon the bard disguise. A thought suddenly crosses his mind. Except in taverns. Have you ever seen a mage successfully woo a pretty bar maiden? I haven't.
Nicely done.
So Mal gets a significant upgrade, and I think all of our companions do when you finish their quest line. Shame will be dealing with others from here on out. To the Hermit.
You have found the Hermit, although this entire meeting was ordained. You would not be here if you had not once been there.
Here, where the fog hangs heaviest, you spy a lone tent surrounded by a thick blanket of snow. We approach. and enter the tent. On the floor, a small copper bowl burns with a warming blue flame. The tent is otherwise unadorned and unfurnished. An old man sits cross-legged in the middle of the space. The hermit. He is small. Very small. Colorful cloth and thick swathes of moss have been draped over his shoulders, swamping the hermit's delicate frame. He is pale and sickly, his skin stretched tight over his gaunt face. His eyes are closed, and he doesn't appear to be breathing. Malaclips waves his hand in front of the hermit's face, but receives no response. He's not dead. You turn to see a young woman, dressed in scholar's robes, staring at the entrance to the tent. Not yet, anyway. He uses all his energy to preserve the forest. It's killing him. The hermit does not move, yet his voice rings out around you. All of these cards have already been played. I have a role yet to fulfill. I do not die today. The woman looks sadly at the hermit. Ask her what protects him. I keep out the bears and wolves well enough. And how he eats. Malaclips and the scholar burst out laughing. They laugh and laugh, drowning out your confused queries. After a good while, Malaclips wipes the tears from his eyes and points his thumb at you, addressing the mage woman. Non-mage folk, am I right? Okay, that's kind of funny. Say that the Empire are coming. The woman nods. It was only a matter of time before they found us. The hermit sits deathly still, surrounded by his winter forest. Should I go ahead and spend 5 days to draw the equipment just in case? Like, I won't be penalized for chewing up our last 5 days this way, right? I wouldn't think so. You can do it safely, MC2M says. Okay, let's do it. The woman points in the direction of a long-forgotten battleground. You spend days digging in the snow for something of worth. And it's a ring we don't really need, but that's okay. And the general and his men have arrived. General Willem arrives with his mage hunters on the morning of the 4th of 3rd summer. He sees you and smiles without a hint of surprise. Ah, it's the meddling civilian. You steel your nerves and draw your weapon. So the general's going to be our boss, and I don't remember the slightest thing about Imperial generals, because I think this is the only one I ever fought. We're definitely reaching the point where I stopped playing the first time. Don't distinctly remember why, though. General Willem. The general has seen black and forbidden things. The mage hunters who accompany him have even now begun to suspect him of heresy. Generals call forth a hail of arrows when they sound their horns. Use evade to make yourself scarce. Now, so he's basically the king of dust. I gotcha.
Hell, guys, some kind of powerful
So the general himself is not going to be that problematic. It's going to be all of his imperial reinforcements. Oh, and the fact that, like the captains, he has unblockable attacks. Great. Whew. Man, he just dives right in there, doesn't he? Old dude's fast. Ow. I'm not used to the enemies in Hand of Fate just running you down like that. And apart from the hail of arrows, I think he fights just like a captain. Yep. Ow. Well, this isn't gonna take long. Even though I've been fighting kind of sloppily. That's it for the general. You'd think he'd be wearing some kind of armor, right? Especially in this climate. Maybe something specially designed to ward off magic. A bit like the Templars in Dragon Age. His platoon dead at his feet and his plumed helmet splattered with blood. The wounded general grips his sword in defiance. I'm gonna leave this to the mage. As you lower your weapon, General Willem shuts his eyes with relief. The woman's face twists with rage and her hands to glow with dark energy. If you won't finish him, I will. Hold, Ville. You turn to see the hermit standing in the door of his tent. We can afford to be merciful. Our roles here are determined, and we must act upon them. He stares deep into your eyes. We have more business, you and I, but that comes later. Go forth and meet the fates. The woman lowers her hands and stares at you defiantly. Now we can be safe, even if just for a moment.
Success
So we did it. Just one token for this one, I believe.
folded to you.
For protecting the hermit from the Imperial Purge, we've unlocked the Mage's Workshop, the Helpful Priest, making a return from the first game, Holy Relic, and the Healer, as well as Imperial Armor, the General's Warhorn, it looks like, the Scorched Blade, and a Golden Shield. And an artifact has been added to our supplies, the Fate's Path. Additional supplies, the Ring of Preparation. And for saving Malaclips, we unlock the Underneath, and a platinum version of his character card, the Magician. Brilliant! I don't think there's any ill consequences to sparing the General, it just kind of seemed like the right thing to do. Let's see. Should we do one more or call it for tonight? What do you guys think? We are almost halfway through the game, or the base game, anyway. I'm good for another challenge, MC2M says. Alright, let's see what the wheel is.
In wheels.
3 mysterious characters have been imprisoned beyond this mortal realm. Freeing them may provide great rewards. We'll need lots of gold and food, and just any kind of success in gambits will assist us. So I'm going to take another 5-minute break, and I'll be right back. We'll give this one a try. I'm fairly certain this is all unfamiliar ground to me. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. For one last attempt at a challenge, the wheel. This one looks specially crafted to screw me over given my luck, so here's what I'm thinking. To our resident expert in chat, tell me what you think about this. Going to start off with some additional food to meet some of the criteria that the explorer seems to be laying out. And other than that, I'm going to take Ariadne with us because I believe she provides us attempts to retry chance card gambits in the vein of the Guardian Angel Blessing from the first game. I'm going to include the Temple Blessings or Temple Prayers card in encounters to make sure we get another chance to maybe earn a blessing that could assist us in dealing with some of these trickier gambits. And then I'm going to stack the deck and the equipment and encounter decks chock full of encounters that present and equipment that assists with dice gambits, since those are far and away the easiest kind of game with all the equipment we have. Does that sound like a fair strategy? Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna be great.
Of all your companions, I respect her the most.
MC2M says getting Gambit dealing equipment is the best strategy, yeah, and also token unlocking. Okay, so this is a better one for, like, using our tokens, or getting tokens, I got you. More food and more gold. Do we want the gold that badly, or should I take a better weapon instead? What's the Ring of Preparation? We don't know. What's Fate's Path? We don't know. Think Market Thief. Yeah, with Ariadne we can definitely do that. The Golden Shield, which we can sell for a lot of money. Grifter's Companion we want. Remove cards from... Both of those are good. Don't need that, nor that. Nor that, honestly. We want the Gambler's Jewel. Thieves' Bounty, no. Anything else that affects a gambit that we know of for sure? Those are all our artifacts, don't need those. Weapons generally shouldn't. So we'll take... the Lord's Diadem. Imperial Armor, gotcha. And that looks pretty good. I think it's okay having either this or the Exquisite Blade that we can just sell for additional gold, yeah? And is this what we want to start with, or is 10 gold really worth it on this map? That's what I'm thinking. Like, would we not be better served with a decent weapon like the Knight's Sword, or Soldier's Sword, or Brigand Blades? You want a weapon, yeah, that's what I thought. Generally speaking, I kind of like my swords, so we're gonna take that. Encounters, what do we have? Berta's Betting House, that's a good one. Dice for Dark Alleys, that's good. Don't necessarily need that. Don't need that. Might need that. That's fine. I guess we'll take the first chapter of her quest line. Market Thief. That she can help with. Maybe... Well, no, Goblin Town will give us gold. In place of deep water, we might want... What are we thinking here? Maybe fetid fens? Or no, we definitely want temple prayers, sorry. And in place of tarts, pies, and exotic lies, we might want to put fetid fins. Fetid fins for the shard. It's a shard, and it's a relatively easy gambit. Alright, this looks pretty safe. Anything else you're seeing here that we definitely want to put in that I've neglected to? This looks pretty good to me. Not really. Alright. Let's give it our best.
Fate turns through all of our lives. We can choose when to spin the wheel, yet not where it lands.
We've got a silver token, once again.
Anger, pain, wrath. These are the powers that propel us when faced. Love and fear.
It's the fates. You wake one night to a shimmering orb hovering over you, bathing your surroundings in a silver light. 3 figures appear in the glow. The tallest one speaks. Despite her hushed tone, her voice fills the room. Rise, hero. Rise and free us from our eternal prison. Ask who they are. Mortals have many names for us. Genies, jinns, or deities. But we are none of these. We are the Watchers of the Weave. The fates of all things are ours to know. Ask more questions. Why do they want our help? Harrow speaks, his voice booming from behind his long beard. To free us, you must travel beyond the mortal realm. We can guide you, but you alone must master the whims of fate. And who trapped them? Iowa laments. We are not the only ones who see the strings tied to every mortal. Long ago, a mage saw himself as puppet master and not as a marionette. He would not stand for our interference, so he trapped us here beyond the mortal gates. How can they be freed? We are not in your mortal realm, but somewhere beyond. We can bring you part of the way, but you alone must prove yourself a master of fate. Oh, you guys picked the wrong guy for this job. Some are supple and bend to fate's will, while others are left broken. The 3 siblings join hands and begin to chant. There's a moment of discomfort and a rushing sensation, and when your vision clears, you feel like you're floating. Far below, you see your body, still safely asleep beside the fire. Prove yourself, and you'll open the path to our prison, so we have to gather fate shards. 50 shards of fate. This intervention will have alerted our jailer, the Black Knight. Oh, badass. Tarry not. The longer you take to get here, the stronger the night will be. So we'll need to get these shards as soon as possible. Okie dokie, great. Let's see what's for sale. Good, nothing useful. Up here, fate's whim.
Lies and dreams, eh?
Once more, your sleep is interrupted by silver smoke and a vision of Awa, mistress of fate. You sigh and pack up your bedroll as she begins to speak. I am Awa, mistress of fate. I observe fate's whims and help my brother and sister guide people toward their destiny. Fate is not solely chaos and chance. My brother Harrow weaves the tapestry of life with your memories and dreams. Okay. What do we want here? I kinda want the treasure gambit. Or no, temple prayers at this stage, probably. There we go. Awa extends her hands to you in an elegant motion. Tiny ethereal figures dance and cavort in her palms. Gradually, you realize you're watching events from your own past. This is the weave of your life's tapestry that we shall re-examine. So here we go again. Pay for a blessing. Well, nothing that really helps us with gambits, unfortunately, but the Gambler's Banquet is kind of helpful. Like, as far as keeping us alive. Yeah.
Even the
Anders the Drunkard.
of us are our father's children.
Getting our story right out of the way. While taking refuge in the Nag's Head Tavern, a popular drinking establishment and impromptu fistfight arena, yes, kind of like a Waffle House then, you find a man resting his head in a pool of ale, a look of utter gloom fixed on his face. Anders! Ariadne rushes forward and pulls him into a proper sitting position. He blinks twice, then slumps back into his ale. Though much more disheveled since you last saw him, this is indeed Anders, apprentice blacksmith and friend to Ariadne. Ariadne looks concerned as Anders lies in his sad ale puddle. We've got to cheer him up. Let's try tickling him. Thankfully, it's a gambit. A very difficult one. It's okay if we fail. Oof. Oh, damn it. And fail we did. Let's try again. There we go. Got it.
That will set you in good stead from here.
His face twists into a frown. Oh, we got a shard of fate. Turns red, and then unable to take it any longer, he bursts into laughter. Ariadne slaps him on the back, sending him flying. That's it, lad. I knew you had it in you. With Anders in better spirits, you decide to relocate to a cleaner table. He still looks glum, but at least isn't lying in a pool of ale anymore. Ask why he was lying in an ale puddle. I'm a man without purpose, a man without money, and a man without friends. An awkward silence stretches between you. Ask what happened to his forge. He promptly bursts into tears. My forge was shattered by that blasted ogre. I hope you killed it. His eyes suddenly turn red with anger. Cheer up, Anders. Ariadne returns from the bar with a basket of fried almond bread. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Whatever it is that you need help with, I'm sure me and the old hero here can help you. Can you repair my forge? The apprentice blacksmith looks doubtful. It'll need terravane ore, among other things. Not to mention it was your late father who built it, so I have no idea how to even begin rebuilding. Sure. Your companion nods, her blue eyes bright and earnest. Of course, easy as pie. Anders looks a little more hopeful. You really are nothing like your father. Ariadne frowns, then shakes her head and grins. Thank the gods for that.
Twisting.
There we go.
To this table. Now I begin to understand why you cannot help but aid the hapless.
First stop, says Ariadne, propping her friend back up in his chair, is to find a mechanical oddity. All right. Fate's choice.
It's merely a tool of the fates, but this is a tool that can still cut deeply.
Awa's voice rings in your ears. No one defies fate and goes unmarked. What punishment would you endure to reweave the tapestry in your own design? I'm tempted to duel the Black Knight for 5 shards. We don't want to take a curse, because that could impede our ability to perform in later gambits, right? Like, maybe if we have to make this choice again and we're low on shards later, then we could take the curse. But right now, just dodging the Black Knight's attacks, that doesn't sound too bad, right? MC2M says wound is any kind of loss, not just health. Then I'm definitely dueling the Black Knight. Haro speaks to you in his gruff tone. The Black Knight will relish the chance to plant fear in your heart. The Dread Knight lowers its visor and steels itself for combat. This also gives us a bit of time to acclimate ourselves to the boss, who I'm sure will wreck our ass if we get anywhere near it right now. Oh, MC2M says if I manage to defeat the Black Knight here I get extra shards. I don't think I'm strong enough for it, but we'll give it a try. Oh dear. Oh, that's a cool design. Wish he wouldn't have that clipping issue with his tunic, but pretty cool. The Black Knight, a warrior from beyond the 13th gate. Dash away his armor before you can take him down. Well, he's not too terribly mobile, is he? Well, we were able to get some hits in on him, at least. Well, that's not gonna be too bad, is it? That's not gonna be too bad at all. The Black Knight disappears with a booming laugh, and we get our shards. Nice. Arm wrestling. Here we go. This one ain't so bad, we just have to get lucky. And we get some food. Yay, 16. So we get another shard. It looks like we get one shard for every successful gambit in a non-scripted card, as in one not specific to this chapter, and we get pretty significant disbursements of shards every time we run into the Fates and complete their challenges.
Anger. You and
The Wheel
I
of Rage.
cultivate our anger, for Callus lies at the end of our quest, and we will need to be white hot in our rage to defeat him.
Harrow appears before you in a vision of silver. People claim that they fight for freedom, for coin, or to protect the weak. The truth makes liars of them all. They fight because inside their hearts burns an unquenchable rage. If you are to free us, you must be not just a skilled warrior, but prepared for whatever fate may set in your path. It's a duel, then. Sure, what do we got? Goblins. Okay. Never fought regular goblins before. No righteous battle is without a limitation on time. A lover in peril or comrade suspended from the hangman's noose. Fate will decide the hourglass. 90 seconds. Good. This will give us plenty of time. You are not the first hero to attempt these trials. What separates you from the others?
Can achieve.
Oh, so we're going to be introduced to her before the goblins. That's alright. I'm guessing the goblins are really agile, but not that tough. MC2M says you always start with 30 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. 90 is a good step up, then. Oh, so that's 120 seconds. We get an additional 90 then. That's great. Ariadne. Steel and Flesh both subscribe to the same rules. If you hit them hard enough, they do what you want. When activated, Ariadne performs powerful attacks that cause high armor damage, so she's perfect for the Black Knight then. Stay close to charge her ability faster. Oh, they have shields. And they're really weak. But can dodge. Oh, their voice clips remind me, this is going to be a weird reference, but oh dear. Kind of a Vivi from, or at least Final Fantasy IX's Vivi's voice clips from Kingdom Hearts 2. The spinning attack, the one with the mace head, kind of threw me off, but they weren't too bad. That kind of fun, actually. I really like their design. Oh, we get some equipment. Ring of food. I'll take the golden shield so we can sell it. And we get some more gold. Well done, Harrow cheers. You've proven yourself capable of besting fate itself. So 4 more shards. We'll go ahead and sell that shield for 50. Very nice. Still just the armor of gluttony, which we don't need. We good. Fate's favor.
Do not let these spirits sell you on their fancy. Truth is never so clearly cut.
Gariel appears to you in a vision of silver light. I do not have eyes, yet I perceive fate's hand. Do you see the world as it truly is, or is your vision clouded? Ariadne offers to help. Yes, please. Yay! Nice and easy. Your mind's eyes sees truth. This is good. Fate's whim, again. Iowa, once again. Huh. What do we want? What do we want? This time I'm thinking the treasure. It's the armor of gluttony, which I will gladly take when it's free. There we go. So that's one more shard for the pile. And more fame for us. Berta's betting house. Here we go. I'll play dice. Betting just a few gold. Oh, of course that time we get a good roll. Oh, but since we cleared it, we got another shard of fate, so that's all that matters. And we did it again, so another shard. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. I don't care, because we can get plenty of shards this way. And we get to play again. Let's bet 8 gold one more time, doesn't matter. Pretty strong, pretty strong. Stronger. We're unlikely to get it, but that doesn't matter. This will be 4 shards in the tank. Yeah. We'll play dice one more time, betting just a handful of gold. Low roll, that's fine. Now I'm pretty sure the Fates cards are going to get much tougher as we carry on. And we made it. Yay, we got 8 gold that time. We'll take it. We'll take it. What's for sale at camp, I wonder? Felvin's Favor. Remove a card from each wheel gambit. Yeah, we'll take that. That's worth it. And can we sell anything? Nope. Fate steps.
More questions, more truths.
A golden staircase stretches up into the mists. The Black Knight waits patiently at the summit. Iowa calls to you. Each stair you climb gives him time to bolster his defenses or thwart your progress. You must gather the shards of fate as quickly as possible. Working on it! You climb the first step. Figures step from the void and fall in line behind the Black Knight. Oh, so he's going to get some backup. So what do we want to remove? I'm thinking the 6 of steel. The Anarchist, yeah. That'll be nice and easy.
You might want to work on this. Clearly you lack what it takes.
Fate has chosen an ally for the Black Knight, Awa says solemnly. Though I am now blind to the weave of fate, I'm sure our faith in you is well placed. But, you know, no pressure, though. The Wheel of Greed.
Never satiated until you have consumed all.
Is it greed that leads mortals to degrade each other in the pursuit of coin? Gariel asks in your ear. Thin strands of silver smoke ensnare you like jailer's chains. Or perhaps we're all equally damaged, and we label those with better understanding greedy to appease our envy. Give in to greed and fate will reward you. So how the hell does this work? Like, the more gold we lose, the more shards we gain? Is that right? Or is it the more gold we end up keeping after losing a certain amount, the more shards we receive? I'm curious. Because depending on the mechanics of this, I want to ditch either the 25 or the 3. 1 second, gonna take a drink here. MC2M says, if you recall, you gain shards by giving the amount of gold requested. So it doesn't matter how much gold I give as long as I have enough to give, right? Because if that's the case, we want to toss this. We can then easily afford any of the rest of this. Cannot remember about gaining more shards with more gold given. It's fine. We'll get rid of the 25 anyway. $5 gold. Yes, yes, says Gariel, with delight. Power comes in many forms across the realms. While inflexible, gold is quite useful in the mortal realm. We gain 4 shards, so we probably would have gained more if we had a bit more. Or no, yeah, if we have at least X amount of gold, we actually don't lose any of it, and they give us more shards, which is fine. We still got a healthy amount. The Wheel of Rage again. Another combat challenge. I like these.
See yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing.
What do we want to remove? Definitely gonna say the Ogre. Mages. Okay, we can handle them. And how much time? I want to get rid of the only 30-second. Give us another extra 90, good. Oh, the amount of gold doesn't matter, that's excellent. 3 mages in a minute and a half, we got this. Man, working together, we really put together an aces deck for this challenge, didn't we? Mage. A century of persecution has left only the most martial still willing to call themselves mage. Mages create pools of dark magic. Attack them quickly to stop them from casting. Oh, I forgot about that attack. Yeah, these are just a little more threatening than the first game's mages. Oh, she dazed me? What? Come on now, there we go. We'll get him in time. And Ariadne can just beat the hell out of him. That's amazing. The challenge is actually super easy, unless you're super unlucky, MC2M says. Yeah, it is. Haro is easily my favorite of the three to deal with. And we get more equipment. Oh, much better armor. The Imperial armor. Adds 20 max life while we have a one-handed weapon equipped, and chance cards shuffle less. Wow. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much for recommending that. That's incredible. And we get some additional life. Can use the armor of gluttony, but we're not gonna. Well done. Excellent. The Wheel of Hunger.
And thrusts one into truth.
Similar encounter for food, I suppose. We'll ditch the 7, leave the 8. Don't think it matters, we've got that much. We've got more than enough.
Oh dear.
I'll get 3 fate shards for 6 food. Yeah, that's fair. That one actually takes the food. Yeah, just learned that, but we're doing fine. We're doing just fine. It's the Goblin Retainer again.
You're lucky I came along, given you're the type to do whatever anyone asks of you.
We get some gold from the Goblin. And it's time to beat down some Imperials. Ariadne will be great for this as well. I think so far she may actually be my favorite companion all around. Mal's Magic Shield is super handy when you're learning the different factions and their standard movesets, but she's just so incredibly powerful and helps with chance cards. I love the little goblin's outfits. He's running around in a tricorn and with a goblin-sized cigar in his teeth. How cute is that? MC2M says my favorite companions from the Servant of the Beast DLC. I can't wait to unlock him. He looks absolutely adorable. Oof. Got him. Just barely, but got him. Poor Goblin was on his left. We make our own escape now. Okay. The Market Thief. Here we go.
That is your reward, at least in potential.
Ariadne, I definitely want some help. Duplicate that huge success for me, please. Alright. Oh, what are we thinking here? 2, maybe? What are we thinking? I'm thinking 2, maybe? Can't tell. Yes! Yay! The thief is nimble, but you manage to gain on them as they negotiate the crowd. With the thief almost at arm's reach, they knock over a barrel of apples in an attempt to hinder you. So we get another gambit, one we may or may not win.
In games within games.
Oh, damn it. And they get away again, so you really need a top-tier build to get all of those in one go. Oh, it's the Fetid Fins again. We lose 10 max life, but we already have 110, so... I decided to just go for the standard victory there, not for the shard, but so we get the Shard of Fate. Oh, now we get this. Or no, that's really good, actually. Lord's Diadem. We want this, actually. General store. Anything to buy? The gambler's jewel.
Is that your choice? Really?
Oh, absolutely, sir. MC2M says the good thing with Fate's Whim, you can redraw any token card. Ah. Let's see, here... I want to duel the Black Knight again. "40 seconds. And I don't think he'll personally be any tougher, he just gets more reinforcements. In the final fight, I mean, so... We may or may not get enough shards on this floor, but we'll definitely get enough on the next. Or no, he is stronger. I really dig his design. Not quite as tough as you'd expect, is he? MC2M says this is actually the same design for an Empire Knight. Oh, that's interesting. We've not encountered them yet. I shall take my shards. Gladly. The Wheel of Greed. Oh dear. Probably wanted more gold for this one. Yes, we have enough. Nope, that'll do. And another 4. Good. Fate Steps. We'll stay here. Fate's Favor. Oh no, not this again. Alright, eyes front. Does it look like... Oh dear. 4? 4? Because it looked like the leftmost card passed to the top, then one to the right. I'm thinking 4. If there's no objections, we shall go 4. Yes. And we now have enough shards. We can fight the Black Knight, but real quick I want to see what the other encounter is. Oh, just the Whim of Fate, Fate's Whim again. We'll remove that one, I guess. Let's go Dark Alleys to see if we can get something cool for the final fight. Oh, and MC2M, I appreciate you hanging with me, man, but since it's so late in your time zone, if you decide you need to go to bed within the next few minutes, go right ahead. For God's sake, do not let a D-list Hand of Fate stream keep you up. Even in quarantine. Affliction and Greed, or the Valiant Aegis. I'm gonna go towards the visible enemies. Well, I tell you what, this chapter could have gone a whole lot worse. I feel like everything could have gone a lot worse after the Discount Shrek chapter. Alright, let's do it. Got him. Even though we don't have our companion right now, I don't believe we really need her for these guys. The Afflicted are kind of durable as always, but the Thieves certainly aren't. Get them. Oh yeah, the Thugs take loads of damage when they're stunned. So we're just gonna have to fight the Black Knight and some Anarchists. That won't be too bad. I get a feeling that this chapter could be really, really difficult if you run out the clock. Okay, we get some food. Can we make the dice gambit? Doesn't matter if we can't. Alright. What new toy is in there? Oh, the ring of food again, right when we don't need it. Okay. Fate's finale.
All that you have sown. Now death comes for you in a score of forms.
The golden stairs give way to solid stone, and you find yourself face to face with the Black Knight. You're on a mountaintop cloaked in silver fog. Iwa, Haro, and Gariel materialize beside you and smile. You have pierced the veil, and so the Black Knight comes to defend his realm. Defeat him and free us, champion. Fate has provided the Black Knight with more protection, barely. Haro speaks. Fate has chosen pieces for both sides of the board. We shall see if you can overcome the obstacles placed before you. For all our sakes, I hope you are victorious. The one thing that bothers me about the Black Knight's design, now that I think about it, is like all of his vestments and armor are, I believe, like a wine color and standard Empire silver, not really black, you know? Still looks really cool, though. Alright. The protector of prisoners being held beyond this mortal realm. Let's get him! Oh, and since we used Ariadne's ability, it is just us versus the Black Knight. Which is fine. Oh, ouch. Okay, so he deals a lot of damage, as we'd expect. Oh, man, he's got some range. He's easy to deal with on his own, but when you're trying to target him amongst several, or trying to target other enemies in his vicinity, that is an unpleasant experience. There we go. I got you now, big guy. I'm sure a better shield would also deal a little bit more armor damage, but this one's doing just fine. This has certainly been the trippiest chapter thus far, hasn't it? Alright, we got him now. He can even be stunned. Oof. Got quite a bit of health. But thankfully, so do we. And they just don't make terrifying demigods as well as they did back in Callus's day, do they? And that's the Black Knight down, and the Wheel of Fate chapter successfully cleared on her very first attempt. That's something else. I really wasn't expecting that, given my luck with Gambits. Fantastically done, and as always, thanks for all of the help to MC2M, our consistent and erstwhile expert in all things Hand of Fate. The silver clouds disperse around you as the Black Knight's body falls lifelessly to the floor. Gariel greets you warmly. You have freed us from a prison we thought eternal. Our gratitude shall be endless, warrior Fate. I can see why he's watching you, Iva says with a smile. While he is watching you, Harrow says grimly, we shall be plotting our revenge. The three siblings disappear in a cloud of gray and gold. Overcome with exhaustion, you look around for a comfortable place to make camp. You are surprised to see your bedroll already laid out beside a campfire burning low. You gaze up at the night sky briefly before falling into a deep and untroubled sleep.
Fate itself begins to turn in your favor.
For freeing the Watchers of the Weave,
Because you are here.
we are in Nazgar's Reckoning, the Wind's Return, pretty cool looking, slightly curved butterfly knives, the Band of Fate, and Kubarak's Gaze, as well as a standard buckler. The Grimalkin, Fate's Dealing, the Cunning Man, and, Purgatory. All interesting sounding cards. And for proving ourselves a worthy opponent to Fate, we've unlocked Forgotten Dreams. And for completing the first chapter of Ariadne's quest line, the Mechanical Oddity. Well, how wonderful, ladies and gents. This has been a fantastic stream, which saw us defeat 3 chapters, including easily the hardest one in the entire thing.
The gates have been opened.
And with that, we are officially halfway through Hand of Fate 2's baseline campaign, going by number of chapters at least, understanding that the first few are extremely brief tutorial chapters, and these are definitely going to be a lot longer. Anyway, please join us next time as we tackle, at the very least, Justice and the Hanged Man. Depending on the lengths and the ease with which we progress through those chapters, might show you a little bit more. As always, I want to thank everybody who dropped by in chat or just dropped by the stream for a couple minutes tonight. Thank you all so much for sharing yourselves and your time with me this evening. Until then, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, as always, and we'll hopefully go for another 3.5 hours. Thank you all so much, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.